Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the bones that form our skull, and they are two types, the cranial, and we have 8 total cranial bones, and facial bones. We have 14 facial bones. To start with, the frontal bone right here, it makes the bony part of the forehead, orbits, and nasal cavity. And they are joined with the parietal with the coronal suture. Next up is the parietals, and they are found bilaterally, and they are joined together with the sagittal suture. This is the right side, the right parietal. This is the left parietal. And then we have the occipital bone, which is a trapezoid bone, trapezoid shaped bone, and it is located at the lower back of the skull, and it is attached to the parietals with the lambdoid suture, and it has one of the biggest foramens in the body, foramen magnum. Next is the sphenoid bone, and the sphenoid bone is a butterfly looking bone. These are kind of the wings, and this is the body. The sphenoid help make up the orbits. One important bone is the temporal, and it is found bilaterally. This is the right temporal bone, and what is special about the temporal bones is that they have the external auditory meatus. Last but not least is the ethmoid bone, which is right here. And it is a cube-shaped bone located in the center of the skull between the eyes. Moving to the facial bones, this is the maxilla right here. It is found bilaterally, and it is a pyramid shape. And then we have here the mandible. The mandible is one of the largest bone of the skull, and it holds the lower teeth, as we can see right here. And then is the zygomatic bone. This is also found bilaterally, and it's also called the cheekbone, and it is kind of diamond shaped, and it forms the lateral aspect of the orbits. Here we can see the nasal bones, and they are 2 small bones placed side by side, and in the middle upper part of the face, forming the bridge of the nose. Next up is the lacrimal bones, and they are paired facial bones. This is the left lacrimal bone, and they are located in the medial wall of the orbit. And then we have the vomer, which is right here, the small, thin midline bone. It divides the nasal cavity. And right here, we can see the inferior nasal conchae, and they are also found bilaterally, and they separate the middle and lower nasal meatus. Last but not least is the palatine bone, which is right here. The palatine bones are paired bones that participates in building three cavities. The orbits right here, nasal and oral cavity. Thank you for listening.